Bob Johnson with PK&W Model Works coming at you with another video. This time some help for those of us freelancing a model railroad livery or a structure, any other freelancing project, and about what colors to choose. So, Isaac Newton. What can Isaac Newton tell us about model railroading and what would be helpful? Well, the first thing might be gravity, of course. Isaac Newton discovered gravity, or at least he was the first to come up with a theory of gravitational force of objects. And as school children, we probably all heard the story about Sir Isaac sitting under a tree with a book and having an apple fall. And a charming story, but honestly, I don't think that's how it happened at all. See, because little did you know that Sir Isaac was also a model railroader, and one night while he was just running some trains for fun, he was underneath the layout adjusting some wiring, and a train fell. And that is when gravity was discovered. That's my theory anyway, and I'm sticking to it. So what else can Sir Isaac tell us? Well, when we're picking colors, what do design professionals use? They use a color wheel. And guess who invented the color wheel? Isaac Newton. He was observing light going through prisms, and he saw that spectrum of light that's cast, that rainbow effect, when light goes through a prism. Well, so Sir Isaac Newton came up with the first color wheel. Now, color wheels, you may be familiar with them from art school, very simple things, but color wheels are now in the digital age. They're extremely sophisticated, and you can come up with perfect complementary colors. And when you want to design a livery for your railroad, or you're freelancing a structure and you want to know what color to paint the trim, you want it to look good, right? You want it to look as best as possible, and that is through use of a color wheel and picking a complementary color. So today on my computer, I'm going to show you how to pick a complementary color. I'm going to start with orange, my orange, specific orange, that's the primary color of my railroad, and then I'm going to pick the blue and find out what the color wheel recommends for my blue. Well, I know in the first part of the video I promised you a live demo on my computer about how I did this process, but I messed up the recording and it really wasn't that good anyway, so I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to share screenshots with you and talk you through the process. I think that'll be clear and shorter and more attractive. So I'm starting with this Adams Mega Blast orange color that you see on the screen. You need to find, whatever color you're going to start with, to find a complement to that color, you need to have that color. Now, you can definitely just have it on a computer screen, or you can source it somewhere else. And what we're looking for is a hexadecimal code, ideally. You could probably use an RGB or CMYK, I think it is, but those are more complex. So what you're really looking for is a hexadecimal code for the color, which is what is used in digital production and things like that. So, and you can find that with the color wheel. So the first thing I did, or another program, in this case I used another program, which is, I used Canva's, C-A-N-V-A. Canva is a free graphics production program, so you can download that. Just do a search for Canva color wheel because I couldn't find it inside the Canva system. But the first thing you do is you take your digital, in this case a digital image of Adams Mega Blast, and I loaded it into a graphics editing program that I own called Xara, X-A-R-A. And there's a color picker tool. You're going to find that in a lot of other graphics programs. You don't need to get the Xara product. And just pick that color and it will give you the hexadecimal code, RGB, and all that. You can see here that it's given us the code for this orange, which is EB6928. So then I opened up the Canva color picker and I typed in EB6928, and that immediately gives me the complementary color, which is a blue color 28AAEB. I can immediately see that the blue that I have been using for the PK and W is too dark. I know, Isaac, I picked the wrong blue. You're right, your color wheel is right. So I now needed to find a color that was closer to this new color, 28AAEB. And so I did my usual. I use Montana Black spray paint for a lot of my painting, and so I just downloaded the full color chart for Montana Black, which is several hundred colors, I think, and I located a couple that look right. I then kind of blew those up and picked the one that I thought was closest to it, and that turned out to be Montana Black 5030 light blue. And so here you can see a comparison of the recommended true complement 28 AAEB and light blue in Montana Black 5030. They're very close. 5030 is a little bit darker, but honestly, that's close enough for model railroad and government work. So the new color scheme for the PK and W is going to be this combination then. 2120, which is Adams Mega Blast, and 5030, which is light blue. And what I will do is all of my reporting marks and any other markings on the car are going to be in black. That way they'll stand out well. And because in the past I've been doing the blue on the car and in the field of the car, as well as the reporting marks and other letters I've been doing in that darker blue, and they stood out pretty well, but they won't stand out very well if they're light blue. So there you have it. That's kind of the process. So I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, Bob Johnson with PK and W Model Works signing off. Keep on modeling.